Okay, before we get going here on this rather dark and snowy Sunday morning, at least two viewers commented to the effect, just putting these little, if I can get it here, putting these little tiny pieces loose in a plastic bag may not have been a very good idea. Now, normally what happens is I get myself all stubborn about something like this and say to myself, I know what I'm doing. But I'm going to take their advice. Okay, I think I got all four of them. And I'm going to transfer them into a test tube. Some years ago I bought a package of 100 of these things. I've probably got about 50 left. And I think I've mentioned this before. Do you ever notice as you get older it's harder to pick tiny things up with your fingers? Now, naturally, these larger pieces, they're not going to go in there. But I don't need to worry about them. So now we'll find a different plastic bag. I'm glad I saved these plastic bags, or pouches, or sacks, or whatever you call them wherever you live. Yeah, they came with the kit. Okay, so we need this one. That's the one we're going to look closely at. And oh, sounds like my neighbor's over borrowing my snow blower. Now, if you want to know why it is that I can hear my neighbor so good on the outside of my house, well, that box that he just got the blower out of is just on the other side of that birthday card that Tennessee Jim sent me. Okay, yeah, we had a little bit of snow last night. Okay, now we'll just put a piece of tape on this, and yeah, I don't need to worry about losing those. What were they? F-32s? All right. No, they were the... What were they? Yeah, the F-32s. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Should I put an elastic band around that, maybe? That might work even better, an elastic band. Now I'll just keep them with the F-sprues. It's not a snowblower that you're thinking of that, like that you walk behind. It's got a little motor, and it's not like a snow thrower. It's sort of just a blower. But it will blow snow as long as you get it before it gets too heavy. All right. Now we are looking at the underside of this little part here. And if you remember yesterday when I had put the extra thin on there, it kind of went, I put maybe too much on and it turned into sprue goo, and when I pushed down on here like this, the sprue goo kind of oozed its way out. And well, I was counting on the fact that when the extra thin evaporated, everything would kind of shrink a little bit, and it did. So I don't think I'm going to have to do too much sanding here. Now this part here goes on like this. If you remember, I made the mistake of saying yesterday that this round peg would be in the deck, but it's not. It goes into this pedestal thing. I don't know, maybe that wasn't enough glue. Let's just put a little bit of, let it wick its way underneath there. It'll be good now. Okay, our part is laying on its side right now. And these things here, well, they plug into the sides like this. Okay. However, I do believe, see, how can I grab hold of that now and twist it around? Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure that opening, let me check the monitor. I'm probably moving it out of your frame there. Oh no. Okay, I think that opening is supposed to go straight up. Now, we'll take a really close look at the manual and see if we can figure it out. It'd really help to know if I knew what this part was. Is that opening supposed to go, up, or is it supposed to go out the front? Or I think it looks like it's supposed to be in the up position. Telephone. Okay, we're back. That was my daughter phoning to check to make sure her dad was okay. Yeah. In the previous scene, what I had done was I had just moved in on a photo that I'd taken of the manual. In other words, it was just an enlargement of the entire page. But I'm just wondering now if I take my macro lens, or maybe even the super macro, and just move right in. I do believe that this one here is a little bit more detailed than this one here. Let's slip the super macro on and just move in on this one little part right here. Now, to me, it looks like the hole is up. Now, I realize we've been doing a lot of close-ups lately. And of course, when we do close-ups, every little flaw shows. Now, does that look straight, or should it go a tiny bit counterclockwise? I think that's pretty good. Let me check the monitor. It almost looks like it's leaning a little bit up, doesn't it? That's some better. Okay, we'll let that dry out, and then I'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. Okay, now this side I have not done a dry run, so I'll get this out of the way. That looks pretty good. Okay, very carefully here now. Let's not break anything. So what do we do now? Move on to more plastic parts, or do the photo etch? And I'm thinking maybe we better do some photo etch here. We're at the place now where we need about a dozen pieces. I think we need about 8 pieces right here, and I believe it's 4 right here. Well, I'll show you in tomorrow's episode. I almost made a mistake, but I was lucky. In that, when I put this pedestal part on, there was actually a right way and a wrong way for it to go on. There's lines on the side that I thought were flashing, and I was about to scrape them off. And then I realized that they're supposed to line up with these pieces of photo etch here, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. This episode I know isn't very long, but it's by far not the shortest episode we've had in this series. I think way back when we first got started and I was building the model table and we were waiting for the Bismarck to come, I think there were some episodes that were only 3-4 minutes long. So yeah, they can't all be long. I'd like them to all be long, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And it depends how I feel. And today I kind of feel like calling it quits, even though we probably would have time to do a little bit of photo etch. But I want to enjoy myself. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.